outside of this year.
And now the starting lineup for the SNC Cougars. Number 3, senior Caden Clark. Number 11, sophomore Ethan Shaw. 13, sophomore Jacob Peter. Number 31, senior Drake Lally. And number 33, sophomore Jack Clark. Sandy Creek is coached by Cole Wiseman, assisted by Andrew Utica, Mark Schwarzenberg, and Ryan Heinrichs. Now let's play basketball.
Let's play basketball. All right, this is, I believe, for 3rd and 4th place in the Southern Nebraska Conference Tournament. Jumping for the Cougars is number 33, Jack Clark. Number 12, Cooper Palmer for the Wolverines. And the Cougars are going to win the tip, so they will start with possession. The sophomore, Ethan Shaw, he's going to start as point guard for this Cougars offense. Their focal point, their number 1 scorer. And that's going to be a travel called early on the Cougars. The Cougars with a turnover on their very first possession, but they do look to come out in a full court press. Something that we haven't seen all tournament for them to start out in, at least. Caden Clark keeps them in the backside, but they finally advance it. They're looking inside, and they're going to get a foul called on number 11, Ethan Shaw, his first personal foul, team first as well. Palmer was in the post. They were looking to get it into him. They look on the backside. Vasquez, he puts it up, and it's good. 2 points for the Wolverines. They strike first. They get on the scoreboard. Wolverines starting out in a man-to-man defense. I'm noticing that they're switching a lot of their screens, but at first it looked like they were having their big man, Grant Coleman, on Ethan Shaw, the point guard, but it does seem like they have switched back. I assume that Coach Wiseman for the Cougars has seen them switching, so he's going to try and take advantage of the mismatches that they attract with the Wolverine defense. They look inside, knocked away by Palmer. Clark saves it for the Cougars. Good defense by the Wolverines. Haven't given up any open looks, any opportunities for the Cougars to score. Peter inside to Drake Lally. And he's not even going to think about shooting it. He's just going to get it out to their perimeter guards. And looks like they're going to try and set up the exact same offense and see if they can get a different result. They look inside Drake Lally. He's going to pass it to Caden Clark. He's going to go up, and that's two. The Cougars strike once again in this game pretty early on. But the Wolverines did make them work for it. They wasted at least a minute and a half off this clock with just passing. And Jack Clark gets the steal and then throws it right away. The Wolverines get the ball back after turning it over. Palmer's going to go inside, and it's going to rim out, and that's going to be out of bounds off of the Wolverines. Cougars will take possession over at about 5 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Oliver Oglesby, the freshman, he's going to check in for the Cougars. Caden Clark, the senior, he's going to come out. It seems like whenever they bring two of the Oglesby brothers and Jack Clark, they start to run a 1-3-1 defense, so we'll see if that stands true or whether they'll maintain a man defense. Cougars not looking to be overly aggressive in this first quarter, but as I say that, Ethan Shaw takes it to the lane, and it's going to rim out. Palmer's going to secure the ball for the Wolverines and advance it himself. He's going to be picked up by Oliver Oglesby, and they are in that 1-3-1 zone defense that we see the Cougars run. With the length that they have on the court right now, they use their lanky arms from the likes of Oliver Oglesby, Jack Clark, and even Jacob Peter to create difficulty in passing lanes and making it really difficult for the teams to get open looks, especially when they have a good defender and a smart defender like Drake Lally on the baseline who takes away a lot of opportunities from backside passes and whatnot. An open look is going to rim out. Coleman's going to get stuffed by the rim, and Jack Clark's going to secure the ball for the Cougars. They look inside. Ball is poked away. Scramble for the ball, and the Wolverines come up with it. Pulliam secures it for the Wolverines, and he's going to advance it himself. He's going to look across. They look into the corner, but it's knocked away once again by Jack Clark, and Drake Lally secures it. A very low-scoring game so far, as both teams have been held to one bucket each. And a turnover by Ethan Shaw. Both teams are playing good defense, and 2 substitutions are going to come for both teams in the next dead ball. Jack Clark once again gets a steal. The Cougars have not been using these steals and opportunities to look for fast break opportunities, but Drake Lally, he's going to make his own layup, and that's going to go in for the Cougars. The Cougars are going to go up by 2 with about 2:30 left in this first quarter. A 3 in the corner is no good. Ethan Shaw's going to secure the rebound, and just like that, the Cougars are going to pick up, well, excuse me, not pick up, but they are going to attract a foul picked up by the Wolverines. We have 2 substitutions for both teams. Zach Corman, the junior, coming in for the Cougars along with Owen Oglesby. Jack Clark, Jacob Peter are going to take a break. #23, Ty Coleman, he's going to come in for the Wolverines, along with number 21, Carson Radcliffe. Oliver Oglesby in the post, and he's going to travel with it. Missed opportunity there for the Cougars for sure. They're going to want that one back. They're putting Owen Oglesby on the top of this 1-3-1 defense with his length and his size. He's going to be able to create some difficulty passing it from guard to guard across the top of the key. Good ball movement there. They get an open look in the corner. Off the mark, Oliver Oglesby secures it for the Cougars. With the amount of three-point looks that they're getting, you'd think that one of them will start dropping soon, and they're going to get a foul called on the Wolverines. Owen Oglesby, he's going to go up for the ball from a pass from Ethan Shaw. The Wolverines are going to pick up their second team foul. First on number 23, Ty Coleman. Bad pass intercepted there by the Wolverines. Radcliffe's going to bring it up. He's going to pass it ahead to Palmer. Palmer's going to, I thought he was going to pass it inside there. He decides to pull it out. Potentially a good idea not to try and pass through this Cougar defense, as it hasn't been working super well in the past couple possessions. They're still in that 1-3-1. Near turnover there, and Oliver Oglesby might secure it. And they, I think, are going to call Ty Coleman out of bounds, as he was going for the ball for the Wolverines. Jack Clark to check back in. Jacob Peter as well, and bring out both Oglesby brothers. Once again, a very low-scoring game. The Cougars have only made 2 baskets, and the Wolverines have only made 2 points. So this is going to be a battle of the defenses pretty clearly. Cougars are going to likely just try and burn some clock as they wait for the last shot opportunity of this quarter. But if they get an open look, I will assume they're going to take that. They're probably going to call the play that they use so often, the pick and roll with Jack Clark and Ethan Shaw. This time Zach Clark's going to, Zach Corman, he was going to put it up, and the Wolverines miss an opportunity there. Zach Corman tried to drive in for the Cougars, got it stolen, and that's going to be the end of first quarter. We are going to take a break, and we will be back.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank. Growing together.
Midland's mission is to inspire people to learn and lead in the world with purpose.
And we come back to you guys, just about to start the second quarter as the teams break huddle. Once again, this is the Southern Nebraska Conference matchup between the Cougars and the Wolverines for 3rd and 4th place. Cougars are going to roll out with their starters, and the Wolverines are going to keep the same lineup that they ended the first quarter with, except for the addition of Ashton Pulliam for the Wolverines and the Ty Coleman being taken out. So Radcliffe will stay. The Cougars are back into a man defense. Good recovery there by Drake Lally off of the hedge for the screen. And they're going to call a body on number 13, I believe. Number 13 for the Cougars, that's Jacob Peter, his first personal foul, second team foul. They're going to look for Vasquez inside. He's going to take a dribble. He's going to go with the left hand, and that's good. Vasquez ties it up at 4 points each at the beginning of this second quarter. Cougars doing a different offense than they started the game and continued the game with, as they did a dribble handoff to start the action. Now they're in a variation of the same offense, but just switching the positions around is Caden Clark. He's going to get it to go. Got an open look at the layup, and he finished. It looks like they put their point guard, Ethan Shaw, in a post role so he can get some post-up opportunities, as he is a very good post player for his size and his position. Grant Coleman for three, bang! He hits it from the left wing. He's going to put the Wolverines up by 1 early in the second quarter. Tipped away by Pulliam. Jack Clark, 4-3. Can he answer for the Cougars? Gonna be off the mark. Rebound by Vasquez. Good recovery by Jacob Peter on that screen. They're gonna look cross court. Scalaba, 4-3. They hit it again. They're up now by 4 points. 2 possessions in a row for the Wolverines have ended in 3-point makes. Ethan Shaw's gonna take it all the way, and he's just gonna miss the layup. They had a good move to get to the basket, but couldn't quite finish. Good help side by Ethan Shaw. And Jacob Peter blocks him from behind. Grant Coleman denied by Jacob Peter in the paint. Zach Corman, Oliver Oglesby in for the Cougars. Ty Coleman, Cooper Palmer back in for the Wolverines. They're gonna look for Coleman, and he's gonna get the and one. Potential for back-to-back 3-point plays with the 2 threes, and potential for another one here with this free throw. And he hits it. Cougars once again playing from behind, just as they did yesterday. Wilber, just like yesterday as well, are up pretty early on in this game, but let's see if the Cougars can do what David City did as well and come back from a pretty strong deficit of points. Ethan Shaw is going to get to the lane. Can't finish once again, but he is going to have 2 free throws this time. That foul is going to go on number 23, Ty Coleman, his second personal foul, team third. Ethan Shaw at the lines, shooting 2. First one's up and good. 64% free throw shooter. Leads the team in percentage this year. Drake Lally is going to take a seat for the Cougars as Zach Corman subs in for him. And Ethan hits them both. So the Cougars are back within 5, but still at much bigger deficit than they were coming into this quarter. Pulliam gets it, knocked it away, but recovers. The Wolverines trying to figure out how to beat this 1-3-1 defense other than shooting threes, because most teams are going to have their hot streaks with shooting threes, especially in high school. And they are pretty hot right now from three, but we'll see if that continues in the coming possessions. The Cougars playing good defense. Zach Corman now on the baseline for the Cougars. Ethan Shaw is guarding the post here. He's going to be back down, and I think they're going to call travel, and they are. Vasquez is going to travel inside on the defense from Zach Corman and Ethan Shaw. Drake Lally is going to check back in for the Cougars and take out Owen Oglesby. Ethan Shaw, he's going to take a baseline, and they're going to call a body foul on number 5, Ashton Pulliam, I believe. And they are. That's going to be his first personal foul, team 4th of this half. They look inside for Oliver Oglesby. He's looking for his options to pass to, and they get a ball reversal to Drake Lally on the opposite side. Cougars need to get it out of that side, and Coach Wiseman is going to call a timeout. Once again, we will be back after a full timeout for a break.
At Pumpkin Pantry, the only thing more surprising than our variety of name brand snacks is the variety of people who walk through our front doors. And at this point, nothing you ask for surprises us. From tube chips, tri-cornered tortilla crisps, icing bluffs, pressurized buttery corn puffs, meat missiles, small people covered in sour crystals, protein cocoon, pizza chews, tree sprites, chocolate stripes, stuff we can't advertise. Sweet, salty, also sour, adolescent jet power. No matter who you are or what you're craving, we got it. Pump up your day at Pumpkin Pantry.
Go get it, Zach!
We come back once again at the end of this break. Both teams breaking huddle. Cougars down by 5. Wolverines up by 5. Both teams in a familiar spot from last night's games, with Wilbur leading early on and the Cougars getting down pretty early on as well. Zach Corman lobs it inside. Oliver Oglesby, he's inside. He's going to put it up, and he's just going to miss it. Zach Corman saves it for the Cougars. Drake Lally secures it. Good effort there by Zach Corman to save possession. Ethan Shaw has the mismatch he was looking for, but he decides to pass it up as he knows there's another mismatch, and there it is. Ethan Shaw, good cut inside. He's going to put it up again. A miss from the Cougars, but Oliver Oglesby's going to put it up, and that's good. Third time's the charm there for the Cougars. They put up 3 times, got 1. Oliver Oglesby got the rebound and the points. And that's going to be a 10-second violation. The Cougars, really good defense there to force a turnover. Oglesby averages 3 and 3 on points and rebounds and 2 blocks. So he is a force, especially on the boards and on defense. He's had a 4-block game so far this year as well, after starting out this year not playing very many minutes. If you had to pick out one player from the Cougars who has taken a huge step up, you'd probably pick Oliver Oglesby number 1 and probably a starter, Jack Clark, number 2. Ethan Shaw struggling to find something. He does a post fadeaway, and that's good. As we mentioned earlier, Ethan Shaw is such a good post player for his size, as his dad, Brian Shaw, was a post player for the Cougars in his day in high school and then went to UNL. But he's learned from a lot of great coaches through his career, whether it's his dad or whether it's the other coaches. And three-pointer's going to be off the mark for the Wolverines. And a great save there by Grant Coleman. He's going to save the possession for the Wolverines, and they're going to set something up. Wolverines are either going to look for a final shot or a quick shot like that. Coleman just off the mark, and they're going to call a foul on Oliver Oglesby. His second personal, team fourth foul. And the Wolverines are going to get the possession back on the baseline. Another one of those scenarios where if they don't find a shot quickly, they are going to probably burn some clock and then wait for the final one of this half. So now's the point where Wolverines are going to bring the ball out and wait till about 12 seconds to start their action. And they do. They're probably going to look for one of their guards at the top of the key for a late clock three. Grant Coleman instead, and he's going to miss. So Cougars are going to go down by one. Wolverines up by one into this halftime, and we'll be back after this break.
Truck Center Companies, keeping America's truck industry on the road.
Become a new Striv school. Join a community of educators and students. Get access to support, resources, and education. Your fans watch for free, and there's even a new revenue opportunity for your school. Contact sales at striv.tv to sign up your school to become a Striv school.
P stands for
Perseverance.
pushing yourself in extracurricular activities.
R is for
Respect.
in the way we treat our staff, peers, and the people who come into our school and the game.
I stands for
Influence.
We influence each other by being positive and great peers and that you
Anything D means
Dedication.
that means showing up every single day and making sure that you commit to the grind.
E is for
Encouragement.
We see SNC pride by showing encouragement on the court.
To our officials,
to our teammates, to our opponents, to our coaches, with our student sections,
And from our fans.
Good luck to all SNC schools.
And compete hard.
we come back to you guys at the end of this halftime break. Cougars down by 1, Wolverines up by 1. One of these teams is going to break their, I guess, only one game streak. Wilber-Clatonia got beaten from David City, who came from behind, and the Cougars fell behind at the at the beginning of the game and never came back. So, but those both can't coincide at the same time. So we'll see whether the Cougars come back or the Wolverines stay strong. Something big that's hasn't been talked about is Vojta Pavoni for the Cougars, a starter, averaging just under 5 points a game, one of their best slashers and defensive threats, not necessarily their best defender, but one of their longest and tallest guys, is unavailable for tonight's game. So that is where Jack Clark, number 33 for the Cougars, is coming into play, and the reason Zach Corman's getting some minutes against what usually occurs. So note that if you guys had any questions about either of those. Great pass by Ethan Shaw, and Drake Lally just can't handle the pass. That was an absolute dime by Ethan Shaw off that pick and roll, but in and out of the hands of Lally for the Cougars. So another turnover caused by the Wolverine defense. Wolverines rolling out their starters as well as the Cougars. Jacob Peter takes it away. He rips it right out of the hands of Coleman, and the Cougars get the possession right back. And they're gonna call a travel on that. And as quick as they got the ball back, they turn it back over. Jacob Peter for the Cougars, only averaging about a half of a steal a game, so pretty impressive there. Got the steal on Coleman on the perimeter. And they're gonna call a travel on that. So, in the 4 possessions, there have been 4 turnovers with both teams combined. As Ty Coleman comes in for Grant Coleman. Coleman was not happy about the call there on that other end. Another screen, and Ethan gets it to him, and Lally handles it this time and gets it up for 2. Another great pass by Ethan Shaw, and this time Lally handled it and finished it beautifully. Skaleba beat Caden Clark on the press break, but didn't amount to any real points or opportunities for this Wolverine offense. Vasquez in the post, he's looking to score. Hop step to the middle, puts it up with the left hand, no good. Shaw brings it down, he's looking ahead. Clark's wide open in the corner, and it's just over his head. Another turnover for the Cougars, but this time it was not because of a bad decision, more as just a bad pass. Vasquez is going to bring the ball up for the Wolverines. Caden Clark was picking up their primary ball handlers for this Wolverine offense. Coleman's pass is tipped, and that's going to be through the hands of Palmer, and that will be another turnover in this third quarter. There have been 7 turnovers in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. With both teams combined, that is. We're going to call a hold on the Wolverine guarding Oliver Oglesby, which was number 23, Ty Coleman, his 3rd personal foul. So Grant and Ty are going to interchange once again in this third quarter. Spots on the bench in the court. as the Cougars are going to get an inbounds play, looking for Ethan Shaw in the corner, presumably. They don't get it to him, but Drake Lally had it at the nail. Good cut by Caden Clark, wasn't quite there, though. Drake Lally's going to take it inside. He's going to go up strong, and that's good. Cougars now up by 3 points after being down by 1 to start this quarter. Great take there by Drake Lally. He was expected to be their #1 option on offense this year as the senior. He was kind of their 5th option, 4th option last year. So he's the only starter that came back from last year. And just like that, Ethan Shaw is going to get called on a foul that he does not agree with, but it'll be his first foul for him. Second foul for him and first for his team. Did not realize he'd already picked up one. Yeah, like I was saying, Drake Lally was the only starter from the Cougars to come back from last year as the other 4 graduated out. And he has accepted the role of kind of their second option on offense to sometimes their third with Jack Clark, with Ethan Shaw being the #1 option this year. So he's done a really good job of being a good defender, being able to get rebounds, playing his role on this team, has accepted it. He's done a really good job of it this whole year. Radcliffe is going to sub in for this Wolverine defense. Palmer is going to take a seat. Zach Corman came in for the Cougars there in replacement of Jack Clark for the time being. Drake Lally takes it inside again. Zach Corman hesitated to shoot it there. So Oliver Oglesby's going to get a look inside and one. He gets it to go with the foul. Cougars up by 3 with a chance of going up 4. Caden Clark is going to come out for the Cougars. Jacob Peters going to re-enter. It's the second personal foul on Jorge Vasquez for this Wolverine team. Free throw comes up short. And Corman's going to get called for the foul there. Good effort by Corman there, but the ref called it a foul instead of a jump ball. So that's one of those calls that will go one way and then go the other way the other time. Cougars back in a 1-3-1 defense. Perrion picks up his dribble, didn't have anywhere to go at first. He's going to dribble to the nail and kick it to the corner. Grant Coleman, no good. Good rebound by Ethan Shaw. He's looking ahead. Has to pick up his dribble. Drake Lally will take it the rest of the way for the Cougars. He's going to dribble inside. He's going to bulldoze. And they're going to call an offensive foul. That is not right. He was not set at all. I would have said that for either team. He was mid-shuffle, so missed call but there by the refs. But Cougars doing Coach Wiseman doing a good job keeping his composure. That's what a lot of things he preaches to his players, to keep your composure and let him do the talking, let him handle how they respond to calls and to the way the game goes. It's going to be a kick ball, so Cougars get a touch there on defense, but the Wolverines will maintain possession. Radcliffe's going to dribble into a pass. And they're going to look baseline, but they are going to call Skleba out of bounds. So the Wolverines are going to call a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back right after a break.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank. Growing together.
Radcliffe is going to pick Ethan Shaw up for the Cougars full court. But they are going to stay in a man-to-man defense. I believe they've been in that all game. And they're going to look for Ethan Shaw in the short corner. He's going to look for his cutters and then get it out to Jacob Peter. Cougars have been pretty patient this offense, and that's going to be a push from behind on Vasquez, number 34. I believe that's his third personal foul. That is. So he is going to stay in the game. So the Wolverine coaches are going to let him play through. Never mind. Ty Coleman's going to come in for him. Like I was saying, the Cougars have been pretty patient the whole game. They haven't been forcing a lot. And an offensive foul, a moving screen called on Jacob Peter. I think that's his third as well. And that's just a second. Coleman's going to go inside, and I think he's going to travel, and he is. They're going to look inside Oliver Oglesby, and they are going to call a foul on the ground, so not a shooting foul. Be a number 3, Carter Sklava for the Wolverines. His first personal foul, team fourth. And they're just going to outlet it to Jacob Peter. They're going to get the matchup they want in the post there. They didn't enter it to Oglesby on the block, but they're going to look for a pick and roll between Shaw and Oglesby, and Shaw's going to take it to the nail, kick it out. They had an open look for Jack Clark's three, but Owen Oglesby did not reverse it to him. Ethan Shaw was open for a three, decides not to take it to get the pick and roll. Wolverines doing really good on switching on screens and having help side just like that. Palmer's going to take it away for the Wolverines. And they're going to call a foul there on Jack Clark, number 33 for the Cougars. No, they're going to call that on Owen Oglesby. His first personal, team fifth. So Ty Coleman's going to have 2 free throws. First one's good. He's 3 for 3 from this free throw line. He goes 4 for 4 on the game so far, knocking down both there. Good pass by Oglesby to Shaw on the other side. Jack Clark 4-3. He does not get it to go. Rebound by Coleman. And the Wolverines are going to likely look for a quick shot. And if they don't get an open look soon, they're probably just going to burn some clock for the last shot of this quarter. And it's going to be taken away. So Ethan Shaw smartly is not going to force the ball up the court like he usually would on a fast break like this, as they're going to look for the final shot of this quarter. The other two quarters, the Wolverines have ended with the final shot, with in the first quarter them getting a layup. And the end of the first half was with a 3 from the corner. Ethan Shaw, he's going to pull up from the nail, no good. Grant Coleman's going to fire away, but no good from that distance. So the Cougars will go into the break between the third and fourth quarter up by 1. We will take a break and be back right after.
At Pumpkin Pantry, the only thing more surprising than our variety of name brand snacks is the variety of people who walk through our front doors. And at this point, nothing you ask for surprises us. From tube chips, tri-cornered tortilla crisps, icing bluffs, pressurized buttery corn puffs, meat missiles, small people covered in sour crystals, protein cocoon, pizza chews, tree sprites chocolate stripes, stuff we can't advertise. Sweet, salty, also sour, adolescent jet power. No matter who you are or what you're craving, we got it. Pump up your day at Pumpkin Pantry.
Go get it, Zach!
And we come back after this break. Cougars already out of the huddle. Wolverines wrapping theirs up. It's flip-flopped from the end of the third quarter to the start of this, from the start of the third quarter to the start of this fourth quarter. Cougars now up by 1 instead of down. The Cougars have scored consistently. They ended the half at 12 and now have scored 6 more in half that time to get 18. So we'll see if they can score 6 again or if they're going to score less or more than that. Palmer pump fakes, and they're going to get out to the wing and back to Palmer. He did not pull the trigger this time, but takes it baseline instead. He's looking for Ty Coleman, and he's going to get fouled. He's not going to get the layup to go, but he will have 2 more free throws. He's 4 for 4 on the night, so we'll see if he remains perfect. He goes 4 for 5 on the night with that miss. He can tie it up here. And he does not. Jack Clark pulls it down for the Cougars. Drake Lally was outrunning. They did not get him the ball in time. But they're going to get a ball reversal and likely going to look for him on this backside right here. But Ethan's going to go all the way and get it to go. Strong finish there by the sophomore. Skleba does a good job of shaking Ethan Shaw's defense off there. Handles the ball well. Palmer's going to drive inside. He's going to go up against Owen. And Owen Oglesby's going to foul him for his second personal foul, his team 6th foul. Ethan Shaw, the leader of the team, looking at Owen and telling him to stay vertical with his height. It's very difficult to get a shot to go over his arms. When he stays vertical, that is. So Palmer is going to have 2 free throws. And he knocks down the first one. He can bring it within 1 with this next shot. And Owen Oglesby is going to come out for Oliver Oglesby. And they're going to call a foul on Ty Coleman for a push. That is not what I was expecting the refs to call, but just like that, Ty Coleman will come out, and Vasquez will come back in, as Ty Coleman had 4 fouls. Vasquez only has 3. Jack Clark for 3! He's their specialist, and he stays special. Vasquez is going to look for a layup, and that's going to be blocked by Oliver Oglesby. He's going to go up. He's going to get fouled. So he will have 2 free throws coming. They're going to call that on Drake Lally for the Cougars, his 2nd personal foul, team 8th. Vasquez is going to get his first to go. He brings it within a 1-possession game. Or excuse me, he can bring it within a 1-possession game for this Wolverine team with about 6 minutes left in this game, and he does. Good defense there. Cooper Palmer's going to knock it out of bounds. Cougars will maintain possession, but they will have it under the baseline. Good cut by Ethan Shaw. He's going to lob it inside, and he's going to get hacked from behind. Grant Coleman, he's going to pick up another foul. His team 6th foul and his first personal. So I guess he wouldn't pick up another, but he would pick up his first personal. Oliver Oglesby, his first free throw is going to be off the mark. Caden Clark is going to come back in for the Cougars. He was out for a while and had his right ankle taped. Second free throw is good. Oglesby stretches the lead to a 2-possession game. Now looking backside for Grant Coleman. Thought he might shoot it, but now they're going to interchange. Palmer, he's going to drive and kick. Pulliam, was off from the wing there. The Cougars are going to look to potentially extend it to a 3-possession game. Ethan Shaw, good pump fake. He's going to take it inside, get it to Oliver, who's going to get blocked. Caden Clark gets the offensive rebound. He's going to put it up, and he's going to score. He's got 6 on the night. He only averages 2.5, but he's more than doubled that with that basket. They're going to call a timeout. Wilber-Clatonia is going to take a full timeout, and we will be back after this quick break.
Truck Center Companies, keeping America's truck industry on the road.
And we come back after the break. Both teams leave in huddle. Cougars are rolling out their starters, other than Caden Clark. Oliver Oglesby is going to start this back end of this fourth quarter for the Cougars. The same story with the Wolverines, with Radcliffe replacing Jorge Vasquez. They're looking inside for Palmer, and they're going to call it from behind. So, another foul on post defense. Number 31, Drake Lally, picks up his third personal foul. Team 9th. One more foul, and the Wolverines, will enter the double bonus. Jack Clark gets the rebound off the missed free throw. Ethan Shaw was looking ahead, but decided to keep it within his possession. Oliver Oglesby inside. He gets it to Drake Lally, and he's going to get fouled by Grant Coleman. His second personal foul, team 7th. So, the Cougars enter the bonus. Drake Lally will have 2 free throws on the way. I believe that's .5 for him on the night. I could be wrong, but if I counted correctly, that is his 5th. So, and that's his 6th. So he's only 1 point away from his season average, but I don't think at this point he cares really anything about that as much as just playing good defense, getting the win for his team. But the Wolverines trying to do just the opposite. Palmer, he takes it all the way inside and he scores. He hasn't been all that aggressive this game until just then. And another foul on Grant Coleman. That's his 3rd foul. This Wolverine team playing pretty aggressive, showing that they want to win just as much. Free throw is no good by Jack Clark. Radcliffe passes it to the corner. It's going to be off the top of the backboard. Ethan Shaw gets it to Jack Clark. He's got an open lane. He's going to go up. Doesn't quite finish. Drake Lally with the offensive rebound. Ethan Shaw's going to drive, and he's going to get fouled from behind. Ashton Pulliam, he's going to pick up his, I believe, 2nd personal foul, and he does. That's the team 9th, so both teams are at 9 fouls. If either team fouls again, the other team will enter the double bonus, which means that they will have 2 free throws on every single foul, whether it's a free throw from a shooting or just an on-the-floor foul. And it's going to be off the mark. Uncharacteristic of Ethan Shaw. And that's going to be out of bounds. Off of the ref. No, I'm just kidding. It was off of Caden Clark, but bounced off the ref's shoulder. We see Owen Oglesby back on the top for this 1-3-1 defense from the Cougars, using his long arms and jumping ability. Radcliffe is going to interchange. And that's going to bounce way off the back of the stands. So the Cougars they're going to get a touch on this defensive possession, but they're not going to steal it by, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a kick, if I saw it correctly. And 3 is no good, but number 12, Cooper Palmer, is going to secure it for this Wolverine offense. And their coach is going to call a full timeout. So once again, we'll be back after this break.
Become a new Striv school. Join a community of educators and students. Get access to support, resources, and education. Your fans watch for free, and there's even a new revenue opportunity for your school. Contact sales at striv.tv to sign up your school to become a Striv school.
It's thanks to you that we're where we are today. We're proud to watch these communities grow because they're our communities too. Our neighbors, our friends. It's where we live. These are all our hometowns. And no matter what, the people who will continue to serve your needs with the hometown support you know and trust are just down the street. Cornerstone Bank. Growing together.
We come back after this break, just about to enter what would be the 2-minute warning in the NFL, but it's going to be, well, I guess this timeout kind of was the 2-minute warning. We're going to enter the 2-minute mark in a second. Wolverines down by 6. Let's see if they can do, well, I was going to say, let's see if they can do what David City did to them last night, but they turn it over right there. The Cougars have an opportunity to extend it to a 5-possession lead with a 3-pointer here. Good defense there. Wolverines almost forced a turnover. They're still playing a man, but they're kind of trapping. And they're going to call it travel. The Cougars turn it right back over. Coach Wiseman is not happy. Radcliffe is going to kick it to the corner. Not going to result in anything. Off the leg of Oliver Oglesby for the Cougars. Palmer's going to pick it up. Wolverines need to go to get a quick basket here if they're going to come back. That might start here. Palmer, he puts it up. He's going to get fouled, and it's not going to be an and-one, but he will have 2 free throws coming up. He can shorten it to a 2-possession game with a make for both of his attempts. Cooper Palmer, he's going to hit his first one. Caden Clark for the Cougars going to come in for Jacob Peter. That was Drake Lally for the Cougar. That was Drake Lally's 4th personal foul. He's going to hit them both. So, Coach Wiseman of the Cougars is going to take a full timeout with about a minute left. Cougars have been in this position a couple times this year, from what I've seen. Some things that they like to do a lot of is involve these 3 players: Ethan Shaw, number 11, Jack Clark, number 33, and Drake Lally, number 31. A lot of times what they like to do is get a pick and roll, including 2 of those guys, and have the other one sit on either side. And if the pick and roll is not there, Ethan Shaw will drive and kick it out to one of them. So we'll see if they continue to do that. If they have an out-of-bounds play, they have another play that results in an Ethan Shaw 3-pointer, which they did to try and beat a team at home earlier this year. And he got the shot off, but it was not successful. So we'll see if they bring that play back out. For Wilber-Clatonia, I have not seen as much film, but with their size and with, I can see they've got some good coaching with how their coaches have handled situations with their players getting in foul trouble. I would assume that they would have some sort of trap defense coming on because they're going to need to force some steals. It looks like they're face guarding, likely to force them to get the ball out of their guard's hand. So Radcliffe's going to do the dirty work on Ethan Shaw to try and guard him. So Radcliffe is going to be called for the foul. That'll send Drake Lally to the free throw line for 2 free throws. First one's good. It doesn't extend the possession lead, but what it does do is it forces the Broncos, or excuse me, not the Broncos, the Wolverines to attempt at least 1 3 in these next couple possessions. And with the make there, that it makes them either have to score really quickly or attempt a 3 on both of their possessions coming up. They're going to get it to the wing. I'm surprised Palmer didn't take it. They're going to need a 3, but they get an early 2. That'll work. They're going to call a timeout. With this timeout, we'll be right back after this very quick break.
Truck Center Companies, keeping America's truck industry on the road.
We're coming back with 37.5 seconds left in this game. Cougars up by 4. Wilber-Clatonia Wolverines down by 4 points, but the Cougars do have the ball, and the Wolverines are going to have to be forced to likely foul. But they would rather not foul Ethan Shaw, so they're going to try and foul. Well, I was going to say they're going to try and foul Caden Clark on the next pass, but they fouled Drake Lally. So we'll see if Drake Lally can make 1 or 2 or neither of his free throw attempts here. And the first one's going to be off the mark. Jacob Peter, he's going to come in for Caden Clark. What's been kind of surprising to me, both teams have used only a combined total of 5 bench players this game. The Wolverines only using 2. So that tells me either, well, both, that they're in great shape and that they trust their players to be able to play at a high level for a long time. They're going to need to get a shot up quickly. There goes Pulliam, no good. Hauled in by Ethan Shaw. I don't know if they're going to foul, and they are. Radcliffe, he's going to foul, and that will likely be the last time the Wolverines foul this game. 9.2 seconds left, and they will get possession afterwards. So if Ethan Shaw can knock down even 1, it prevents the Wolverines from being able to get the points back in 1 possession. And that will put them up by 5, so they can no longer make a 3 and get fouled and make a free throw to tie it. The second one's going to go as well. They're going to need to shoot it. And that's going to be off, and the Cougars are going to win this game. They win by 6 points. Cougars, final score 32, Wolverines 26. That's going to do it for us. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we appreciate you guys listening to this Striv broadcast.
Midland's mission is to inspire people to learn and lead in the world with purpose.